Welcome to Tectonic Muse. The original name for this channel was K2 Poetry. After I discovered BookTube last week, I knew that my YouTube channel wasn't just going to be about making poetry. I'm an English major at the University of Calgary, freelance writer, poet. More than anything, I'm just a lover of literature and all things books. Here we are. Basically, tectonics are what are responsible for moving mountains, building mountains, all that stuff. I'm obsessed with mountains. My uncle was a mountain climber and he died climbing K2. This is him. He wrote for magazines, he was a photographer, he wrote tons of travel journals, which I now have, which is super cool because I can pull from them, I can write about them, I can use them in my work, and I can pull inspiration from them. He inspires a lot of my writing, a lot of what I do in my everyday life. I wanted my blog to be something about mountains. I'm not a mountain. I don't want to be somebody who just sits there and waits and watches the world go by. I want to be the one to move the mountains, to shift them, to change them, to break them. I want to be the person in charge of that, of creating a shift in people's minds and in people's lives. I will hopefully be vlogging a couple times a week. When I'm not vlogging, you can catch up on my blog, which will be updated a little more frequently. I'll be vlogging about books, obviously, poetry and all things writing, how to submit work to publishers, how to write a second or third or fourth or fifth draft, what I'm learning in class. When I come across a really interesting essay or idea, I'll kind of create a video outlining that and sharing information with you that I've learned, just solidifying that information for myself. I'm going to be reading the famous Victorian erotica serial magazine, The Pearl. A couple years ago, I took an obscene literature class. I was just fascinated by this writing and how hilarious it was. I'll read an issue a week and report to you guys what I think. I'll do some readings. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of academic and creative implications this 200-year-old magazine about erotica has. I'm also going to do my TBRs. I volunteer, I work, I write, I go to school. I don't have enough time for reading as I'd like to. It's not that I don't have time. This vlog will really be a part of getting me excited about reading again and holding me accountable to you guys. I'm gonna show you guys my TBRs. These are all poetry books this month. I really believe that if you want to be a better poet, you have to read poetry. If you want to make a YouTube channel, you have to spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos. If you want to write a blog, you have to read a lot of blogs. The same goes for poetry. These are my TBRs. The Lattice of the Years by Alice Major. The Disorder of Love by Karen Connolly. It's got some really cool graphics. No Language is Neutral by Dion Brand. I have another book by Karen Connolly. It's one of her first books. It's called The Small Words in My Body. I'm really fascinated by the language of the body and writing about the body. Fault Line by Laura Lesh. I'm gonna try and read as much as possible so that I have things to talk about every week. Really excited to get to know you guys, get to know BookTube, find a community that's not necessarily, in the library at school that I can access from anywhere in the world. Find my blog at erinemilyAnn.wordpress.com. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my blog in the meantime. I'll see you guys soon.